Wow. Good morning, Jet fans and NFL fans. Look at a beautiful morning, huh? Look at that sky. Another football video. Or the quarterback video. Today I want to talk a little bit. Let's compare Dante Moore, Oregon, Simpson, Alabama. As you already know, I'm not a fan of either to the Jets. And I'm going to explain why. Okay. Who's in a better situation? Dante Moore is in a great situation for a quarterback. They both are in a great situation. They both have support. Bernard's going to be a high draft pick. They both have a team around them. Okay. Now let's get to the actual arm strength. They're both NFL neutral. They don't have a high-end NFL arm strength. Arm talent. Simpson lacks arm talent. He throws everything at one speed. Moore is tough to gauge because he's in a system and doesn't have a lot of opportunities to show arm talent throws. Unless, of course, you think checkdowns are arm talent throws. Moore is a little bit tougher to gauge, but Simpson lacks arm talent. I don't think he has a single layered throw in the middle of the field. His deep ball is horrible, absolutely horrible. He can't hit a moving target up the center of the field, especially. Directly in front of him is his only deep balls. Moore, as I said, I think his system might actually be hurting him. Now let's go to the next thing, anticipation throws. Simpson has a sprinkling of a few short anticipation throws. Moore really doesn't have any. Again, it might not be his fault. I think it is a system issue for him. Following progressions. No. Neither one is following high-level progressions. I have Simpson going to second progression a couple of times on a stationary receiver. Simpson going a couple of times to a secondary progression stationary receiver. You don't see him look right and then go left and hit a moving target. That's not happening. For Moore, it's non-existent. One read and run. They're not pocket passes, guys. Neither one will be a pocket passer in the pros. Moore might be able to develop. I see the potential for development. Simpson, he's one read and run from pressure. Okay? Everything's to his first read. Everything's stationary receiver. There's a lot of issues there. Now, I literally plot every throw, every quarterback. Now, here's the thing. Simpson was in the same system and sat for 2 years. Moore didn't play well UCLA. He didn't really play well. The kid was raw, very raw. He sat a year last year behind Gabriel. And now he's in a perfect quarterback system. Two things with that. It hides flaws. That's number one. And number two, the real issue, it doesn't give him a chance to develop what he might really need in the NFL. Now let's take this to the NFL. I believe Simpson is Zach Wilson 2.0. Okay, the majority of the symptoms are there. Throwing the ball as hard as he can on every play, not being able to throw a touchdown field. It's not there. The stationary receivers the majority of the time. Very few anticipation, short anticipation throws on film, not following progressions. There's a lot there that match up perfectly with Zach Wilson. Now here's what I'm going to bring up now, okay? My thing that nobody ever mentions in quarterbacks. The overextended athlete. I had a conversation. I learn every day about the position because I open my eyes and I actually listen to what people say and I analyze it because I have time on my hands. Look where I am right now, guys. I'm gonna go to the gym, do my cardio. I got health issues, so I'm taking care of myself. I want to look at the shorter quarterbacks in the NFL. Okay, 6'2" and under. Who's successful? Mahomes. Okay. What does Mahomes have? He has an absolute howitzer of an arm. Quick processing. Okay. He's a dream quarterback. Simpson has half of Mahomes' arm strength. Let's go to the next one. Aaron Rodgers. Everybody, you're in the here and now. Okay, you got to open your eyes. He has a huge NFL Hall of Fame career. 6'2" again. What does he have? An absolute howitzer. Okay, both of them could throw with touch. Now this is where people miss. Okay, all the time. They definitely are not overextended athletes. Who else is 6'2"? Lamar Jackson. Right. This is 6'2". Let's go to under 2. What do we have with Lamar Jackson, guys? One of the top 5. I'm not gonna debate. One of the top 5 running quarterbacks of all time. Guess what? He also owns a howitzer. I mean, he has very high end arm strength. There was a reason he was drafted at. Everybody's going, why was he drafted at this point? Because he couldn't throw a football. It's that simple. Okay? People learn with time, if you do the right things. Now, who are the ones? Drew Brees? Quick release, quick processing. He's a special quarterback. I still have hope for Young, okay, because he has, he gets rid of the ball really quick. He has a quick release. There might be hope for Young, okay. You need a system for Brees and Young. There's a difference. Now, who am I missing on? Every other running quarterback that came out that was 6'2" or under is out of football within a couple of years. Okay, Vic had a cannon, correct? Okay, but the majority of them are out of football within a couple of years because of injury. We're learning this, okay? So, what are you doing? Is Simpson isn't running? Okay, he's not a running quarterback. He's not a high-end athlete. He has 150 yard run on his tape Okay, that I'm 60 years old. I probably would have got 35 yards on a run. Uh, what are we looking at? Okay. Now, obviously, I'm totally out on Simpson. What I would do if I was Simpson is change to a different program that will give him more timing throws and work with him on following progressions. I think Miami would be a beautiful place for you. Okay. Now, or to be honest, go to Oregon and switch spots with Dante Moore. Okay, and see if you could develop the quicker, short passing game. Now let's go to the other one, Dante Moore. Listen, it's not on tape. That's my issue. Okay, development. Now we're talking New York Jets here. If you think the Jets are going to draft Moore and sit him for 2 years, which he's going to need, okay, and he's going to need to sit like Aaron Rodgers sat and you know Love sat from Green Bay. He's going to need to sit. He doesn't have any anticipation throws. He's not following progressions. He's hitting the throws when he has pocket, clean lane and so forth. He could hit certain throws. This is an issue, guys, for the Jets. You can't bring that to New York with an owner that changes shoes, every 3 minutes. You can't. He's not an option for the New York Jets. If I was him, I would love for him to go to Miami or Louisville maybe, and work with the coaches there. Okay, because Miami has a very quarterback friendly system, but it'll have more work on is deeper out patterns, certain things, certain reads, where he will be much more pro ready. And then he's going to have the what I saw in Cam Ward, which I said he was totally undraftable. He'll be able to work on some of the stuff where he might become a legitimate long-term quarterback option in the pros. You can't gamble on that, guys. You can't. It's not on tape. I saw one bad miss on presumably a anticipation throw, deep right, where his receiver totally gave up on the throw. I don't know if Moore saw the deeper defender that had a chance on picking it off. I think he made an attempted pick on it, but the receiver gave up on the throw. Now, I don't know, what went wrong, but it was a very high-end anticipation attempt. Okay. Could he develop it? He was horrible his first year. He sat his second year. He's running a system his third year. You don't know, what type of coaching he had in the past. Now, my final conclusion is if Moore comes out, he needs to go to a team that's going to have him sit. He's going to need to go to Green Bay. But Green Bay doesn't need a quarterback, and he needs to sit for a year and a half, 2 years. Could he develop? There's a lot of questions, guys. Might be able to develop. Simpson, he's not an option. He isn't, guys. No matter how hard you look, he is Zach Wilson playing a higher level schedule. That's it. There's nothing. There's no difference. Okay, he'd have his 98 touchdowns at BYU playing a COVID schedule if he played there. Okay. Take care, guys. Woody, pay attention. We're not making a mistake again.